Meeting.
Okay,
Let's begin.
okay, let's begin. Good afternoon, Toastmasters, guests, as well as the audience. I welcome you all to the joint meeting of Ludhiana Toastmasters Club with Turning Point Toastmasters Club. Now, our Toastmasters Club mission is that we provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication as well as leadership skills so that they develop greater self confidence and personal growth. So also there are some ground rules that need to be followed during the meeting. First, kindly keep yourself on mute and keep your videos on all the times. Secondly, speak when a question is asked and kindly refrain from cross talking. Thirdly, please raise your hand or send a message in the chat box below if you have anything to say or if you want to opt in the table topic discussions. Fourthly, kindly conduct audio and video check before a speaker starts to speak. Then, lastly, kindly refrain from talking on topics like sex, religion, and politics. Now I invite President of Turning Point Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Nimit. Here I welcome Toastmaster Nimit. Over to you, Toastmaster Nimit.
Thank you, Sanjay Tatams, Trisha, for that wonderful introduction to the meeting. Warm welcome to every one of you, and a very happy new year. How are you doing? Can we show some energy? Yes, it's just the start of the year.
Just attend the TLI. Yay.
Very nice.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Lovely, lovely.
So we all are feeling fantastic on this lovely Sunday afternoon as I, Nimit Mittal, your presiding officer for the day from Turning Point Toastmasters, welcome you all once again to its very first meeting of the year 2021. Well, we decided to start the proceedings on a very celebratory note. So not only to celebrate the onset of a very fresh year, new opportunities, and the new beginnings, but also to celebrate the year gone by. As weird it may sound, but if we think closely, 2020 gave us all a lot of learnings and a lot of reasons to thank, isn't it? So, on that particular note, we would begin the 2021 on a very celebratory note. But before I begin and invite you, my fellow colleague, the presiding officer Nishant, let me also share. Let me also invite particularly all the guests who are there in the meeting. So we have Kevika, we have Shefali, we have Danish and Dhirendra joining us. So I welcome you all, and we look forward to have you at the later point of time as well for your valuable feedbacks. And on that note, I am very excited for today's meeting. Right, there was no electricity at home since morning because of bad weather in Gurgaon and Delhi. Having said that, I managed to be to attend this meeting somehow, and I'm really looking forward to it. With that note, I invite my fellow presiding officer from Ludhiana Toastmasters, Toastmaster Nishant. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Namit. I'm audible and visible. I'm audible and visible to all of you.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so right now I'm also attending the TLI meeting simultaneously. So sorry for that because it's not still over. And okay, so it's the first meeting this year, New Year. So first of all, as the president of Ludhiana Toastmasters Club, I would like to wish all the members of my club and the other club with whom we are having this collaboration today. I have very happy New Year. Thank you for joining us, and I really like to thank Toastmaster Guru Noop sir for arranging this session, this collaboration meeting with the other club, and really looking forward how this meeting is going to be. And thank you for joining us today. And best of luck to all the role players who have taken the specific roles. So back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Guru Noop. please come on the virtual stage and start the meeting.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nishant, for this warm welcome and wishing everyone a very happy new year. It's great to start this new year with the first meeting of being a joint meeting with Turning Point Toastmasters and Ludhiana Toastmasters Club. And just looking forward for this session. Having so many guests over here, welcome to all. So the theme, what we are having today is 2020, a year to celebrate. 2020 has been really a roller coaster ride. Everyone has their own opinions and options, but still it has been a year of celebrations. We're going to see how it has been. So anybody would like to share their experience of 2020, how the year has been? Anybody would like to give their take on it?
Cold.
Okay, that is one. It has been cold, yes. But the year has been a long one. It has seen the hots and colds and everything, right, from January to December. So it's been cold
It's all
now,
about
right?
learning.
That's right. It's about learning.
Yeah, and also we have learned how to manage a professional life from working as a home from home.
That's
Managing
right. That's
professional
right.
life from home.
I think that has been the biggest take from this year, that last year, what we have, that we have seen how we can work from home also. And
Yeah.
even when things are closed down, we still can get things done. And that is what prompted the likes like Google and others, to allow people working from home. Earlier, there was a big debate that people cannot work from home, but now that debate has subsided because of this. So,
I think
yes.
it also led to a lot of self-discoveries.
I
for
think, yes,
people.
yes, definitely. Could you elaborate anything, any particular point you have, what you
Yes.
discovered in the year?
Yes, I mean, in terms of self-discovery, I believe most people got to spend time with themselves and they got to rediscover themselves and their hobbies. People had missed out on hobbies for many years. Work life had made them so busy that they did not devote any time for their likings, their hobbies, their interests. It was during this time of lockdown and COVID-19 that they actually spent time on themselves. They invested time in their interests, and that has ultimately resulted in their good mental health.
I think you have rightly summed it all, Gayatri, that this last year has been a year of self-discovery, basically, where everyone has discovered something that what they could do. I myself had kept a lot of learning to be done in terms of sustainability in architecture. I thought I will read it and discover it some other day, but this lockdown prompted me, to open up my books, go into the depth, and that has benefited me a lot in terms of my learning, and also for me professionally also. I was able to complete 2 projects last year with sustainability, which I had not earlier attempted, but I was very keen on attempting that. So that has been something which I really have gained onto this. Now, from here, as we move on, let's move on to our next session. What we have is, we are going to start. The meeting is basically divided into 3 parts. The first part is going to be the part of the speeches. And the second part of the meeting is going to be the one which is the most interesting part, the table topic session. And the third part, which we'll be winding up with, will be the evaluation session, which is, as they say, the champion of the breakfast of the champions. Now, to start with, let me invite the first speaker of the day. And before I invite the first speaker, I would like to call in his evaluator.
Guruji, sorry to interrupt. You might need to invite GE and the whole team before.
Oh, sorry for that.
No worries, no worries.
Yes. So without any further delay, I would like to invite our DTM, the GE, to take up the session further. Over to you, GE Anant.
Thank you so much, Gurnoob ji. And it's completely all right. It's a new year which comes after a disastrous year. So we are allowed to get a little bit of leeway. And the quote that you spoke in the last sentence, you spoke about the breakfast of the champions. I personally would like to introduce myself as champion of the breakfast. I just like to have breakfast, but today because of TLI we couldn't. But keeping that aside, I hope it will not deflate our energy, our enthusiasm for a single moment, because I have something for you. I have for you something better than the breakfast. It's evaluations. It's the feedback. So for feedback, not a one-person job. I have an entire team which will probably help us become a much more refined, a better version of ourselves in the coming year. To highlight a few aspects that any good speaker, we like to see these aspects in him or her, are the grammatical correctness, how controlled the speaker can be when it comes to the usage of time, or maybe the fluency, just to give that extra polish and extra shine to any speech content. So for all of that, we have these three tag team role players, inviting them in the order of grammarian, accounter, and timer. Tech Master, please help me highlight the custodian of grammatical accuracy in this meeting, the grammarian, Toastmaster Navdeep Singh.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for calling me on the virtual stage. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and fellow guests. As a grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the speakers, listen them carefully, their language usage. I will take note of any misuses of English language, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As a grammarian, it's my duty to introduce you to all of you the word of the day. And the word of the day is euphoria. Its meaning is extreme happiness, sometimes more than is reasonable in a particular situation. I repeat, the word of the day is euphoria. Sentence: they were in a state of euphoria for days after they won the prize. And one more example: we were caught up in the euphoria of the moment. I will paste this word of the day in the chat window. And over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Navdeep. What a euphoric introduction of the word of the day and your role. Well, folks, even if sometimes we are challenged with the grammar, the one thing that helps us communicate the ideas better is the clarity. How fluently are we speaking? How clutch-free, how glitch-free are we? So let us invite our counter of the day, the role I cherish the most in any single Toastmasters meeting. The counter of the day is Inderjeet. Inderjeet, over to you. Techmaster, please help highlight, spotlight Inderjeet, the counter.
Hello?
Yes, Inderjeet.
Hello.
Over to you.
Yeah, greetings to everyone, and with a warm welcome, with complete state of euphoria, I welcome one and all in this meeting. As a counter, I would be taking the extra sounds produced during your communication as well as speaking. I would also notice the sounds like how many times the speaker has said this and repeated these words. Moreover, I will also notice the words such as filler words we use while communicating, repetition of so, but, and. Apart from this, noticing all this, I would be producing my report at the end. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Inderjeet. I will try my best. I will stay on my toes, not to fall into the trap of so well, but actually, basically, etc. But ladies and gentlemen, even if you are a Barack Obama or Shashi Tharoor, if you overstay your welcome on stage, instead of the nice claps, accolades, applauds, please start expecting a few eggs or tomatoes or slippers coming your way. To help us be on time, please help me welcome the outgoing treasurer, the richest man in our club, and timer of today's meeting, Toastmaster Surjit. Techmaster, please spotlight Surjit.
Hi. Hi, good afternoon. Today I am a timer of the day, and as you generally know that speeches are for time for 5 to 7 minutes. Then I will show the green card at 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, and red card at 7 minutes. For table topic session, table topic speaker is required to speak for minimum 1 minute and maximum for 2 minutes. So I will show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, and red card at 2 minutes. And for evaluation, evaluators are given the time for 2 to 3 minutes. So I will show the green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red card at 3 minutes. So this is the time schedule for today. So I will submit my report at the end of this session. So over to General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Surjit. What will my role be? Well, I will provide a feedback to all these role players about their performances today. What nice things that they picked, what they could have picked more, how to report effectively, all of that. In addition, we also have two speech evaluators who will be introduced as and when their turn comes. And one last part, I will also be giving a very subtle minor feedback to audience, how you played a part in making this meeting conducive, interesting, memorable enough. So be on your best behavior. If possible, as long as possible, keep your videos on. With all of those wishes to have a fantastic meeting, I now hand over the control back to the man with the golden voice, the youngest Toastmaster in this meeting, Toastmaster Gurnoob, the TMOD.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Anant. That was really flattering. And going back to our theme that we had, 2020, a year to celebrate. So as you know that 2020 has, had its different parts throughout the year, but starting, it marked the beginning of two distinct periods. It was a leap year, it was a new decade, which itself added a lot of things. Then it was something of a double-digit year, like 16, 16, 17, 17, 18, 18. And apart from there were a lot of historical things which happened. The US Senate saw Donald Trump get off the impeachment charges. Then there was a tension between Iran and United States, and the killing of George Floyd, which sparked out a lot of protests throughout the world. And ultimately there was this climate disruption in Australia where a lot of kangaroos and other animals were killed off. Then finally, Joe Biden won the presidency, and the greatest of them all, as you know, was the COVID. Now, COVID was something which took everyone by surprise, I believe. We were all sitting at homes and were introduced to the lockdown, and that led us to have a new world. We slept in one world, and when we got up, it was a completely different world. That's when things changed. We needed to find new ways, and we definitely did. That helped us find out how we can make this world much better, how we can do our tasks, how we can get our things organized. And it led us to these online platforms where meetings started being held on Zoom, on WebEx. So these were things which were not there earlier. I had never heard about Zoom. It was only during this period that this thing came up. And what a surprise it has been. I will let you know further how things changed for me, at least, by this online platform, and how it helped me grow myself professionally as well as with the family. So moving on, let's move on and start our first session, which is the session of the prepared speeches. Now, to start this session, before calling the first speaker, I would like to call his evaluator, TM Nishant, who is the president for Ludhiana Toastmasters and someone who is very passionate about getting his club onto the top. And that's why he's a president for the second time now, serving again. So please help me welcome to the virtual stage the TM Nishant. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gurnoop sir, and thank you for your kind words. I'm just doing my best. Sorry for the earlier. Actually, I was attending a meeting with the TLI, and I was juggling between. I was so confused what I have to say, but I apologize for that. So, being an evaluator for the first speaker, so the purpose of his speech would be he's doing his basic research method and will present a well organized and well researched speech on a topic, and his topic can be on anything humorous or any other subject he wants to choose. And I'll be looking at like how he'll present his speech, his tone, and I will look forward that his speech should be somehow engaging, informative, and try to entertain all the members and the guests present today. So that's all I'll be looking forward to, and best of luck to the Toastmaster, the speaker number one. Thank you so much. Back to Toastmaster Gurnoop sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nishant, for letting us know what the objectives of the speech for Toastmaster Prateek are and what you will be looking at. So with this, without further ado, let me invite Toastmaster Prateek to come to the virtual stage for his speech, A World Without. Toastmaster Prateek, A World Without. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Guru Anup, and I think that I pronounced your name correctly. And good afternoon.
Absolutely.
To all, good afternoon to all fellow Toastmasters. I am Prateek, and thank you for having me as a speaker for today's meeting. I am actually from Career Toastmaster Club, and this is the first time I'm speaking in some other club, and I would like to say that it's euphoric for me, and it's taking up my composure to speak in somebody else's club. The topic for today's speech is A World Without. The topic seems to be incomplete. It's simply because the thing I'm about to talk today completes our world in many senses. The thing is plastic. I will request you to sit back and just think. When you wake up in the morning, you grabbed your phone, you used your toothbrush, you wore your jacket, your shoes, and I believe some of you would have used some kitchen equipments to make the breakfast. In a matter of couple of hours, we see that we used at least 5 to 10 items which were made of plastic. Such is the impact of plastics on our life. The early plastics were known to us was not man-made, and these were 3,500 years back. Some Mexican used to make some balls and bands out of it. But the synthetic plastic is not so old. It's around 200 and 250 years old. There's a story I'd like to tell. Earlier in that era, ivory was used to make piano keys and billiard balls and many more things. It created a danger to the elephants, and they became an endangered species. To sort out an alternative, we had synthetic plastics to our rescue. And according to Britannica, Mr. Alexander Parks invented celluloid in 1856. And then Mr. Leo Baekeland, I'm sorry for his name, Baekeland invented in early 1900s, a bakelite. After that, plastics were widespreadly used. And I will like to say that it is a coincidence or an irony that the same plastic which was invented to protect the wildlife is now accused of being a destroyer of the marine life. Most of the modern day plastics are man-made and are made from fossil fuels. Let me share my screen once. So these are made up of polymers, and these are long chains of polymers which are made up, which we usually get from the fossil fuels. On molecular level, these are plastics. These are bonded by carbon atoms, and these carbon atoms are so strong that these can't be biotically decomposed. In other words, it means that a worm or a bacteria can't eat up a plastic, but they could be decomposed abiotically. When I say this, I mean that wind or water could decompose the plastic under the UV light which we get from the sunlight. But it is far more problematic because these small particles which are invisible to eyes get mixed up with water or are consumed by some animals, which are in turn consumed by us. There is a shocking fact that 8 out of 10 children and 10 out of 10 adults have plastic particles in our systems. We usually see these type of signs on our plastic bottles, which convince us to think that the bottles and the plastic items we are using are recyclable. But this is not the truth. The recycling comes up with its own challenges of segregation and extensive labor. And the input energy utilized to recycle a bottle is more than that of making a virgin plastic. Since 1950, we have manufactured 8.3 billion tons of plastic, and only 9% of it was recycled. 12% was burned, and the remaining 6 million tons of waste is with us. And do we know where this waste goes? This goes into the oceans. It is estimated by 2050, the weight of the oceanic plastic will outweigh that of the fish. On the screen, you could see these oceanic gears. The water current gather these plastic waste into the oceans, and they stay there, and maybe for 100 or 500 years. And this is yet to know. Having so much said against the plastics, I still believe that plastic is a boon to humanity. And the points in the favor of plastics are, the studies tell us that if plastic was not invented, 1/3 of the food would have been wasted. And this wasted food would have released methane, which is definitely have an adverse effect than CO2. Plastics in medical equipments have saved far more lives than we can imagine. A digital revolution around us could not have been done without plastics. And the alternative of plastic like cotton and paper bags do have a bigger footprint than plastics. A quick fact is that the energy used to make an hamburger is 41 times than that of making a plastic bag. So with all this information, it seems that the problem is there to persist and there is no end. But there is a simple way to end it, and it's reuse and refuse. 40% of the world's plastic is in form of single-use plastic, and we can definitely change it by using reusable bags and buying local food and reusable bottles. Scientists around the world are making some discoveries to decompose the plastics, but till then the baton is in our hands. I would like to conclude by stating that the world don't seem to be a better place without plastic, but surely it could be better without our plastic bags. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Prateek, for this lovely speech that you have given. It's, I must say, a very thoroughly researched speech talking about plastic. And I myself can resonate with it because I am a lot into sustainability in architecture, and it connects with this a lot. Myself, I do these two things. I use steel bottles so that I don't take plastic, and secondly, jute bags for shopping. So plastic is not involved. So this is the two things which I do for myself. And now it's time for our second speaker. But before calling our second speaker, I would like to call in his evaluator, who will let us know what the objectives are. Speech to be given by Shashank. So help me welcome to the virtual stage Toastmaster Abhishek.
Thank you, Gurneep.
Over to you.
Thanks a lot. Toastmaster Shashank will be delivering his L2P1 speech, and there are two purpose statements for that. So A, the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify his or her primary style. B, the purpose of this speech is for the member to share the impact of his or her style on others. Timer, please note the length of the speech is from 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to Shashank. Over to you, Gurnoop.
Thank you, Toastmaster Abhishek, for letting us know what the objectives and things you're looking for in Toastmaster Shashank's speech. Now, let's move on and welcome Toastmaster Shashank, who's from Ludhiana Toastmasters and works in the FCI and has a lot of experience in it. So over to you, Toastmaster Shashank. Bridge Builder, Toastmaster Shashank.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Toastmaster?
Yes, yes.
Am I audible?
Visible, audible, yes, both.
Okay, my time started or?
Once you start your speech, immediately it'll start.
Okay, thank you. So let me start. Good communication is a bridge between confusion and clarity. Good afternoon, Toastmaster of the day, my fellow Toastmasters and guests. This is what I learned by taking this project on my communication style. Before answering this questionnaire, I thought my style would be all of these. That is, decisive, independent, energetic, motivational, analytical, and logical. I was surprised to find out that my communication style is supportive. Supportive style person in nature is calm, steady, approachable, sincere, gentle, cooperative, patient, and slow-paced. Additionally, a conflict avoider. But if conflict arises, then he resolves them, just like a bridge builder who resolved the problem of crossing the river or railway bridges by building a bridge over it. Bridge builder understand that by bringing the experience and understanding of different sections of society for people by building a bridge of understanding. Bridge builder builds a great quality team in order to build a good project. Imagine if a bridge falls, then the people will probably be killed. Bridge builders tend to have a well-developed ethics to value the honesty. In my life, I acted as a bridge builder in many occasions. In my professional life, first, gossipers and troublemakers. When I first joined the depot, my laborers and staff posted there were worried. Will I be able to handle such massive and big operations? Gossip is starting to spread. But with time and patience, I understood each and every operation with dedication and patience. And with the support of my senior staffs, I eliminated all the gossips and sidelined those gossipers as well as those troublemakers. Secondly, second point, disagreeable workers. I remember an instance when when the laborers department in nature posted in my depot were ordered to be transferred to another place. The laborers protested and the depot was closed. Food distribution chain got halted. I was worried and tensed. I immediately informed my higher officials about the situation. At that moment, I acted as a bridge builder between the higher management and the laborers. And when I concluded a meeting of the laborer head, the meeting was successful and operation got resumed. Third, during COVID, most pandemic situation, we were behind a schedule of issuing the food grains to the state government. I personally acted as a supporting staff by working beyond my working hours. We means I, my labor and my staff acted as a supporting team to the state government by even working on gratuity holidays in order to ensure that 6 months advance food grain reaches to the public without any delays. In my personal life also, I acted as a supporting person to my family and my friends. I remember one instance when there was a crucial decision to buy a vehicle in our family, the first vehicle in our family. That is, my father was the sole earner at that moment. The decision was crucial to either buy a bike or an LML scooter. I personally voted and supported my brother, and we voted for a bike. With my friends also, I always supported with my friends, and those who are close to my heart always share their life with me, and they arrive to a certain conclusion after a discussion. My sympathetic nature always insisted me to love and support my friends. It's always a great saying. It is better to cry with them rather than avoiding them. That's avoiding them. In my personal life also, for that, I want to conclude that life is very challenging. You have to be supporting. And this, my communication style, helped me in achieving these both the things. That is to be in a patient manner, to face all the situations in my life. As Steve Jobs said that management is about persuading people to do the things they don't want to do, while leadership is about insisting people to do the things that they thought never they would do. And my communication style, supportive, helped me achieving in all those things. With that, I concluded my speech. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shashank, for letting us know how your supportive style has helped you, both professionally as well as your life, in your life. It's been really nice to understand. So now, once we are done with this, we can have our polls for the speaker session. Plus, we have our 1 minute over here. So can we have the poll put up now? Okay, so everybody can vote for the best speaker.
After this poll, my request to the tech master or the Zoom host will be to take away the co-host access from people who don't require it anymore, so they can also participate in polls.
So I believe Once you give me the signal that all the voting has been done and it has been recorded, then we can proceed.
Please proceed.
Thank you so much. So now continuing with this session, we saw how the year 2020 has had everything. And in spite of that, the biggest thing being the pandemic, still we need to celebrate, and we are celebrating. I am reminded of a poem by Kitty O'Meara, which became very famous and viral also. It is called "And People Stayed Home." So I would like to share that poem with you. It's by this French author. Her untitled prose poem begins with the line, "And people stayed home." It has been shared thousands of times on the internet, and it was also popularized by Deepak Chopra and different radio stations in Australia. The poem has a shorthand for silver linings, perspective during the pandemic, the hope that something good can come out of the collected state of art when we are together. It begins with this line, which is repeated throughout, "And people stayed home," and goes on to describe the idyllic version of months to come. So let me just let you know. And people stayed home and read books and listened and rested and exercised and made art, played games, and learned new ways of being, and still and listened more deeply. Some meditated, some prayed, some danced, some met their shadows, and people began to think differently. So now with this, I would like to call on to the most interesting session, which is the table topic session, which is being hosted by Toastmaster Anmol Lakra, who is one person who has been able to perform all the roles single-handedly and lift up the Ludhiana Toastmasters Club to the different laurels it has achieved till date. So let us welcome Toastmaster Anmol. Over to you on the virtual stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gurunup. Well, I have pulled off Happy New Year to all of you, first of all. And well, as you can see, I'm a good Peaky Blinders fan. Try to emulate him. Well, the other thing is just the effects of the after effects of the cold. Well, welcome everyone to the most interesting session of the meeting, well, which is the table topic session. And since I am the table topic master, expect things to work out in a different manner. Well, I'll be sharing the screen with you guys. Okay. As you can see, the table topic timing rule, well, less than 1 minute and more than 2 minutes 30 seconds, this is disqualification. The way I will be conducting my table topics will be, I'll be calling 2 people at one point of time. The first speaker will be shown half an image and will get 5 seconds. I will be counting the reverse count. We'll get 5 seconds to process the image, and then one has to start speak. The timer will have to make sure that you are on standby. As soon as I end the time, the timer starts the time. After saying their thing about the observations about the image, the second speaker will be shown the complete image and will get 10 seconds to process and continue with the topic. The second speaker will have to build and continue on the topic where the first speaker left. The one who is making the poll, I would request the person to declare the result in pair form. Like say speaker 1 and speaker 2 together in one form, so that both winners are declared side by side. Kindly take a note of it. Well, who are my first 2 victims? I would like to ask, who are my first 2 victims who will be likely to take up the topic?
I will go.
Can you tell your name, please?
Gayatri.
Gayatri, and who will be the second one? Well, I have to come out
Anmol,
with it.
Anmol, if I may request you just to encourage some discipline over here, those who are raising their hand, let's give them the priority ones.
Okay, so who all have raised their hands? Dinesh has raised, and the first who said it?
Chef.
Shefali has shared in the chat.
And raised hand as well.
So I need two. I need two first. So I'll go with Dinesh and Gayatri then. Okay. Gayatri, you are going first. Dinesh, you will be going second. Okay, ready? Okay. 1 minute. And the topic is here. Gayatri, the topic is in 3, 2, 1. The topic is here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
I just came back from my graduation ceremony. I'm the first graduate in my family. My father had to leave his education midway because he had to take up the responsibility of the family. My mother got married just before she completed her graduation. Hence, I becoming a graduate was a big deal in my entire family. That graduation robe, that certificate in my hand, the folder, and that graduation scarf. Everybody in my family gathered to celebrate that moment. We had a small party and a big photo session. I had some solo photographs clicked and some family portraits, wherein I was wearing my graduation robe and my entire family was standing around me. Now was the time to plan my future. Everybody was hoping that now she is going to get an amazing job. Not just that, she is going to start earning lots of money and she is going to take care of the entire family. All the hard work, all the sacrifices will be paid. But they don't know that I have some other plans. You want to know what those other plans are? I think Table Topic Master has some other plans as well. Over to you, Mr. Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Gayatri. Well, Dinesh, gear yourselves up. You have to build up on what Gayatri just said. And in 3, 2, 1, we'll be seeing the image.
I want the audio video check to happen before you hand over to a speaker first. And Tech Master, please spotlight the next speaker.
Dinesh?
Yeah, I am audible.
Yes.
Yeah. So what a day.
1 minute.
No.
1 minute. You see the image. This is the complete image. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
Well, what a day. I was just dreaming that one of my sister, got graduated, and I was into the dream when I was seeing all of these things. But when I realized that the same thing was streaming over the YouTube as well by one of my friend, and I saw that through the virtual glasses. And when I saw the virtual glasses and my sisters, and that day, I was amazed to see the type of technology has invented. Because now I can definitely see my virtual thoughts and my dream coming in front of me, and running as a live. And this would make me understand that the technology can do anything. The technology has the power to make your dreams true. So that is the thing. Over to you, Table Topic Master. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh, for elaborating on what just Gayatri told. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, I have received my MBA degree in the graduation, but I was supposed to receive my graduation degree, my engineering degree in 2020. Well, thank you, COVID. Well, I don't want to wear those glasses because they're not as interesting as sound. But if it's a gaming thing, well, I would surely like to have those glasses. The next two, I think we
Table
are.
topics master, we can please proceed with Piyush and Shefali. They had raised their hand
So,
earlier.
Shefali will go first. The Piyush will go second. Shefali, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. In 3, 2, where's the sheet screen? Yes, the topic is coming in front of you. Yes, this is the topic for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
So how many of you have gotten the opportunity to actually travel this year? And even if you did, how many of you actually went by flight? So I'm assuming not many, but the excitement that you have when you get a window seat, and if you have visited this year somewhere, via flight, then I'm sure you must have seen those the masks that are not just the normal ones, but the all fancy, people posting out that they're going to NASA and things like that. But even otherwise, like I always look to find the corner seat in the flight, because you get to see the clouds and you get to just see. And I do have this nauseatic. I get like I really don't really enjoy flight journeys so much, so I tend to kind of have this sickness and I just sleep. But whenever I get the corner seat, that's how my expression is. Very excited, very happy to just see the sky around. So, over to you.
Thank you, Shefali. Well, Piyush, are you available? Well,
Yeah,
can we hear from you?
definitely.
Okay, you are in for a treat, my friend. In 3, 2, 1, this is the topic for you. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
So definitely, that is what I do for my Instagram photos during the COVID hours. Absolutely. So yeah, I used to post my images all the time on Instagram, but since COVID started, I my followers have started to unfollow me because COVID. So I've made this pact that I'll get 2K, 3K, 4K followers each month. So what I do is I make these fake profiles and fake pictures to represent some fake holidays that I fakely produce. So I would do this shitty thing that people like to watch. So I make fun out of these images, and yeah, when I click this picture, I was really concerned about what people are going to think when they are going to see the complete picture. So I shared the first one only, and thank you Anmol for unveiling the complete picture in front of the whole world. I will never forgive you for this, but as you are the Toastmaster today, I have to. So this is only one of the few pictures that you have unveiled, but I really hope that other pictures stay hidden in my closet. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Piyush, for making us realize, and all the members out here, that who actually is Angel Goel. That's the face that we see behind Angel Goel. So, or Angel Priya, or Sonam Gupta, whatever, whosoever the guys are chatting with nowadays on Facebook.
Yeah, that is one of my fetishes.
Don't keep such fetishes. It's injurious to health.
No, it's illegal in India now. I can do whatever shit I want. Sorry.
Vivek and Rupinder. Well, can we see you on the stage?
Who's going first?
Vivek will be going first and then Rupinder will go second. Vivek, I am not able to see Vivek.
Can we check with Unique? He had raised his hand.
Is Unique here?
Yeah, I can go.
Well, Unique, this one is a unique topic for you. Well, the topic in front of you is in 3, 2, 1. Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
Well, balance, isn't that everything? Isn't that a gist to everything? Everything in life needs to be balanced. So in the picture, we see a guy walking a very fine line. And that I think represent all of us in various stages of our life. We all need to balance. We need a balance between between the stability we crave, as well as we need to get out of our comfort zone. We need a balance in speaking and in listening. And balance to me is essence of everything. And craving and creating that balance are two different things. For balance, you need to be conscious about what you want and how you can get what you want. The person walking on that very fine line, balancing between two of his opposite ends, is a perfect depiction of all of us in today's days. And it tells how difficult it is to balance in these days with so many distractions going on. Like the previous speaker distracted us with fake photos online, and there are also clickbaits distracting us from the content we want. So in today's environment, the balance which the picture depicts is a very important thing. And with that, I would like to hand the stage back to Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Unique, for uniquely explaining the topic and your version about how the balancing act can do. Well, Toastmaster Rupinder, are you all set for the topic? I cannot hear you, Toastmaster Rupinder.
I'm ready.
Okay, the topic is in front of you. Yes, this is the topic for you. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
Thank you, Sun, Unique, for talking about balance. And I'm going to talk about balance when it comes to emotional intelligence. What is emotional intelligence? Well, simply speaking, it is balancing your heart and your mind. Your brain consists of two parts. One deals with emotions, the other deals with logic. Sometimes the emotional mind overpowers the logical mind, and you make decisions based on emotion that turn out to be not correct. And sometimes your logical mind overpowers your emotional mind. You make decisions that are correct, but impact people adversely. Emotional intelligence is harmonizing both the emotional and the logical minds. In effect, achieving a balance between your brain and your heart. So next time when you speak from your heart or when you use your brain, make sure that both of them understand each other. To me, this exactly is what this picture talks about. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rupinder, for brilliantly explaining well how this emotional imbalance has been the norm, especially this year, and how we can balance it out in nowadays. Well, things have gotten too serious right now, and I would just like to break the ice with a little funny topic. So can we have the next two people who can come up on the stage? The next two.
Please raise your hands.
I'm giving you an easy topic, guys. Yeah, please do some justice.
I would like to go. I'm Khushbu.
Okay, Khushbu. The who'll pair up with Khushbu? Who'll pair up with Khushbu?
I can pair.
Okay, Nimit. So first Khushbu will go and then Nimit will continue. Khushbu, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Yes, that's the topic. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Over to you, Khushbu.
Home is where your pillow is. Home is where your bed is. Home is where your kitchen is, where you can cook yummy, yummy food and eat. Home is where is your garden is. Home is where your terrace is. And you can lie down under the sun and soak the sun in this freaking cold winter of Rajasthan. Home is here in Rajasthan, in my Dadi's temple, my Kul Devi, my ancestral holy shrine, where I'm sitting and eating relishing tasty, delicious, yummy food. And most importantly, home is where your family is. People whom you love, people who loves you, people who are there for you, and people who are always there to support you, to care for you. And home is where your phone is with the Zoom, where you can attend a Toastmaster meeting, which you are missing for past 1 week. So home is where all the good things of life is there, which you really want to be around. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Khushbu. Well, I was not expecting that Rajasthan and cold will be used in one sentence, but well, 2020, 2021 brings some surprises. Well, Nimit, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Well, you don't know what's coming on your end. Just brace yourself for impact.
You said it's simple.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
Absolutely. Home is everything what just Khushbu mentioned, but definitely it is where your Wi-Fi connects automatically. I come from outside, be it from my office or be it from my friend's place or anywhere. But one thing I'm really looking forward to is the automatic connection to the Wi-Fi on my device. I mean, I really don't want to connect it every time once and I enter my password. Okay, what was I don't even remember my Wi-Fi password. Go anywhere. I just, the worst thing I go and ask that person is, what's the Wi-Fi password? And if not, I mean, I feel it a little inconvenient, be it at the airport, be it anywhere else, where I have to log in and connect to a different Wi-Fi, and then connect to my my home, that is the internet, of course. But when at home, I am at my convenience, can connect at any time. I really not worry whether, I mean, the electricity is there or not. So yes, home is where the Wi-Fi connects automatically. Home is also where at my friend's place, where I have already synced my mobile device to his Wi-Fi. So whenever I go there and my Wi-Fi connects automatically. So it's everywhere, wherever the Wi-Fi connects automatically, that's my home. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Nimit. You know, the shortest horror story in 2020, what was it? It was not, okay, COVID is breakup, a million customers. No, your Wi-Fi password is incorrect. That's the shortest horror story in 2020. Well, I think people are enjoying the way I'm conducting the table topic. That is why nobody's just raising their hand, or out of fear, they're not able to raise their hand. Well, now I think I'll have to ask people and pull them in. Piyush and TTM Evaluator. Well, you guys raise your hands. Piyush and TTM Evaluator. TTM Evaluator, you're going first. Are you a fan of movies? Are you a fan of movies?
Yes.
Okay, so that is a movie-based topic for you. In 3, 2, 1, yes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, yeah.
So whenever my mother shouts at me, scolds me, and if I get really less marks in an exam, this is the place where I go and hide myself. Because here nobody can know where am I, and this is my secret place. This is 5 kilometers from my place. But I go by cycling over there and I hide myself. and come back in the evening, because this is my silent treatment to the scolding of my mother. This I did since fifth standard of my life, but till I continued it till 10th standard. And in later period of my life, I realized that whatever I did, it really hurt my mother, because one day she confessed that to me. And I felt that whatever I was doing, that silent treatment in that hole, was not at all good. If you really if you're really angry at somebody, you go to the person, talk to the person, talk to her or him. Because words, communication, what we learn here at Toastmasters, we should also implement at our daily life too. So this silent treatment doesn't work. Don't hide yourself in some hole. Go to the person, talk to the person, and face it. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Team Evaluator, for, well, it won't count in your evaluation, obviously. So, well, I don't ask, I nominate Tech Master. Well, the topic is in front of you. I'm showing it to you. Just unmute yourselves. Okay, are you ready, Tech Master?
Can we spotlight the speaker first and then start the timing? Thank you.
Okay. Tech Master, well, I think you're ready. That's the topic for you. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Tech Master.
I think her video is frozen.
Well, that
no worries. I guess she is having internet issues, I guess.
No, seeing the topic, she just switched on her video.
Technical issues by Tech Master is really ironical.
Yeah.
Can happen with the best of us. Let's move on to the next speaker.
Well, who will be the next pair who will be coming in? The next pair. I need the next pair. Well, I have good topics lined up. 2 more topics.
I can see as a general evaluator in the guest list, we have Naveen Parwal. We have
Santosh.
Okay.
Yes.
Naveen ji, kindly switch on your audio and video. Well, I have a topic for you.
Okay, I've just joined in right now. So you just have to guide me what the topics are about, just for a second.
Well, for the topic is, the topics are simple, that you will be shown half an image. You have to speak on that. The one person who will be going next to you will have to continue from your story, and then he'll be shown the complete image, and then he has to build up from your story. So you are going first. You are safe.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So the topic for you is in front of you, and yeah. That's the topic for you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start.
Skipping school in 2000. Fellow Toastmasters. Well, the image which I was shown was that of 2019, just before pandemic took place. Now, have we not been missing the classes or the school or the education system which took place in 2019? Of course, it was so much more different as compared to what we had in 2020, when we were all confined to small homes or to the small dwelling wherever we lived in. But wow, it's once we are confined to these small places, do we realize the importance of what our life used to be before that? And that is what this photo depicted. It depicted the life of 2019, when we could skip, hub, jog, or do anything freely and travel anywhere else in the world, wherever we wanted to freely. So I would just say that we should not take our life for granted, and we should cherish the moments which took place even before 2020. For example, I learned a lot of skills before 2020. I learned how to skip. I learned a lot of things which I couldn't even imagine. But of course, nevertheless, Seeing the restrictions which took place in 2020, I learned to adapt my life accordingly. For example, let me give you an example. I had almost given up on Toastmasters for the past 5 years. I was so active from 2009 to 2015, but then I took a break in between. And in 2020, when I found myself to be so free, I again uh, uh, joined Toastmasters, and I again rekindled my passion towards it. So that's what I would like to say. That is, whatever your passion is, live as per the time and adjust as per the moment. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Naveen. Ex-Toastmaster Naveen, I should say. Well, who was the second one who was going? Who will be continuing after Toastmaster Naveen?
Can we check with Santosh if he's available?
Santosh, are you available? Santosh?
No, I don't see him now.
I think the Tech Master is back, so I think there is no video glitch. So Tech Master will do this one. Okay. Tech Master, is your video okay? Is your video and audio okay?
I was not able to see your screen.
Okay, now you will see this.
I was having some network issues.
Okay, now you will see the screen. Look at it. Okay, this is the screen for you.
Please share in the chat box. I'm not able to see the screen now again. If it is a code, please share in the chat box.
It's
It will
an
be
image.
helpful for me.
Can you try to pin the image being shared by KTM Anmol?
So actually, it's visible that Table Topic Master Anmol Lakra LDH has started sharing screen, but I'm not able to see the screen. Due to some network issues, I think.
Haritika, switch your video off. It will probably become
Okay, I'm
visible.
switching off my video. Okay, I am having some band. Okay, yes, I am able to see the screen. Yes, thank you, Table Topic Master, for such a wonderful irony of 2020. Before 2020, skipping school was like running away from classes, not going to schools, coming late and getting scolded by the teachers for not coming on time. Yesterday, when I was on a trip with my friends, I got to know that what you can do to avoid getting scolded by teachers is that come a little more late. Like if your time to reach the school is 9 and if you reach the school at 10, nobody will see and you can enter the class. But if you reach by 9:30, you will get punished. And this time in 2020, when you want to skip classes, what you can do is you simply have to mute yourself and turn off your camera. Nobody can do anything. This is the most interesting thing I feel that happening nowadays. Simply turn off your camera, turn off your voice, and you can do whatever you want. I heard about the classes in Delhi University that there is no need to get an attendance. I'm literally like, when I was in the college, I didn't ever attended the class. For the first semester, I used to attend the class regularly, but in remaining 5 semesters, I didn't even used to see the teachers. And my teachers used to be like, who is Haritika? I want to see her. Who is Haritika? And for one subject, I used to go classes. My teacher refused to enter me into the class. He straight away told me not to come to the class for the remaining part of the semester. And I really enjoyed that. Now, what we do, what people do in 2020 for the classes, they simply just turn off the camera, just join for the attendance. What we used to do, we always used to attend the classes for the attendance part only. That's all from my side. This is very relatable picture for 2020 and 2019 itself. Comparative picture. Thank you, and over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you. Thank you, Tech Master. Well, as you have proved that 2020 only switching off your video and audio is not the only way to skip classes. You can also say that there were network issues and I'm not able to see the screen. So this is another thing that you have taught us today. Well, I think I have space for one more, the topic which Tech Master just switched on the video, or there was a network error. I would like to ask the GE if you would like to give it a try that on that topic. I will be showing you the image again, don't worry.
I certainly can. However, I just want to check with the presiding officer. Should we move ahead with the evaluation section, or do we have time for one more topic?
I think we can now proceed to the evaluation section, as we are already at 2:45.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's it from my side. And hope you guys had good fun. And over to you, T-Mod.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anmol, for this brilliant session. I believe everybody definitely enjoyed this session, which was a unique and different one to start the new year. And right now I would call in the polling, because we are getting the polling done after each session. So please put in the polling link so we can poll for the best pair of table topic speakers. So once the polling is done, please inform. Thank you.
Polling closed.
Thank you so much. So after this session, now we are back where we started. 2020, a year to celebrate. Now moving on, this 2020 had a lot of things. The global emissions were down by 17%. And the UN Environmental Program claimed that 2020 to be a super year for nature and biodiversity. With humans under lockdown, wildlife got a chance to explore the roads. You would have seen a lot of images and videos. Even in Noida, there were certain Nilgai shown moving outside the mall. At least for a while, the animals reclaimed their lost spaces. As for human beings, we have been able to give the environment a break from the pollution and global warming. So whatever happened with nature, we ourselves must have also experienced a lot. For me personally, I spend quite a bit of time with my family. I was able to do some gardening as well as spend time with nature. There were certain birds that walked into my garden. I had never seen them before. These were the red wattle lapwing. I got to know that these birds don't fly much. They are mostly lay their eggs on ground and they breed on ground. They have got a very small flight that they can take to nature. And apart from this, I was also able to do a little bit of reading for myself. The topics which I had kept for some other day, I was able to take up those topics and read about them. The sustainability part, which was close to my heart, and for years I have been postponing it. This gave me the time to look into it and see that I could spend some time and gain knowledge. And did it benefit me? Oh yes, I got in 2 projects on sustainability. One recently finished in December and another one started in November. Both of these projects have given me a niche which I was looking for, which was very close to my heart, and now I am following that. And that has all been because of this year 2020. In my family too, my daughter wanted to start with a YouTube channel for singing, which she was able to do. My wife wanted to have a channel for cooking, and she was able to do that. thanks to the lockdown. So I'm sure all of you have these stories with you where the lockdown would have given you time to look and see what are your passions and take them up further. So now with this, we move on to the next session where we are able to get an insight of what we have performed. It's like our report card. And who better than Toastmaster Anant to do that? So without any further ado, I would like to call Toastmaster Anant to the virtual stage to take up the session further. Over to you, Toastmaster Anant.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Gurnoop, the fantastic Toastmaster of the day. I would also like to compliment Tech Master for swiftly doing his or her responsibilities very well. Well, folks, evaluation, feedback, call it by whichever name you like, it is the key essence that is required for us to grow, to proceed from where we are to where we actually want to be. Without this, it will just be a continuous loop of doing day in, day out, whatever we have been doing without any significant improvement. Today, we are fortunate to have such a large team of evaluators. We will have our evaluation in this fashion. First, the two prepared speakers will get a speech evaluation. Then we will invite the table topic evaluator to share a mini feedback, at least one commendation and one recommendation for each table topic speaker. And then I will invite my tag team to provide a feedback for us all. By the end of this evaluation session, I will be giving a feedback on each of them after their immediate sessions, along with a quick polling of individual sections. Finally, I will provide a report on all of us. What did we do today? What can we learn from each other and do better next time? So starting with the first evaluator, Toastmaster Nishant. Nishant, can we have you on the spotlight? Have a quick audio video check once. Nishant, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I'm audible and visible.
Yes, Nishant, over to you.
Okay. So shall I start?
Yes,
Okay.
Nishant, over to you.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Toastmaster Prateek, the first speech of the year with such an important and eye-opening topic. Thank you, Toastmaster Prateek, for bringing this serious issue in front of us in the beginning of the year. I don't know about others, but I am going to make sure that I should not use plastic as much as possible, and I can add this to my New Year resolution list. The way you bring this issue in front of us all was not like a person who was talking about environmental issues and giving a lecture on it, but you made it engaging by making a presentation on it, by including facts and figures in, and try to explain us in more informative manner, so that we can understand the danger behind the process of making and using plastic, and the serious consequences it is bringing to the world. It was a thoroughly researched speech. Thumbs up for that. Moving forward, I would like to add few things here. Toastmaster Prateek, your project was to learn research method and present a well-organized research speech on any topic, and you did a great job. However, one thing which I felt was missing from your speech was engagement. It was more like a narration on a particular topic. You should have changed the way in which you have interacted with the listeners. My opinion, just my opinion. I might be wrong, but I want to tell you certain things. Firstly, you can ask questions from the audience, or could ask them to write their answers in the chat box, a way to engage the audience. Or at the beginning of the speech, you should have asked some questions about the plastic. This would have helped to engage the people listening to you. Secondly, there was lack of voice modulation. For example, when you were telling us about the plastic waste going to the ocean, you should have changed your tone. For example, like, where the plastic waste ends up? In the oceans. so that the listeners can also relate to the seriousness of the issue. And I believe that was your one of the major concerns while writing the speech. So such things were missing. Thirdly, when making a presentation, try to write less text to explain points. Lastly, when switching from one point to another, or I can say like when you were changing your slides, try to use words like now, moving forward, further, furtherly, next, and so on. So that you disconnect the audience from the previous point and connect them with the next point. All in all, Toastmaster Pratik, it was a very informative speech. Only thing you have to work on your presentation skills, which I'm sure you will achieve in next few weeks. Best of luck, Toastmaster Pratik, for your future endeavors. Back to you, the journal evaluator of the meeting.
Thank you so much, Nishant. That was a wholesome evaluation, I must say. I will reserve my feedback before we have voting for the evaluators, and then I will give my feedback on both of you. So let's hear from Toastmaster Abhishek, the second evaluator, what he has as a suggestion and commendation for our second speaker. Abhishek, can we have a quick audio video check?
Hey, Anand, can you hear me? And
yes, we can hear you. You are spotlighted. Over to you.
Okay, thank you, Anand. Shashank, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for delivering your L2P1 speech. Shashank, you provided us with a textbook example how you should use your hands during a speech. Your ability to match your expressions, which you were constantly using when you're putting stress and when you're giving such a message with your speech content. So that is something that was really commendable about you, and you were able to do that. So that is +1 from me. Shashank, you told us how it impacted your communication style in every aspect of your life, whether it was professional or personal. I mean, you just held us and gave us a roller coaster ride through your entire life. So that is something really impressive, because to give us such a information in this amount of time is something I would say really commendable. I believe you connected all the dots, and during the speech, I really felt that you was a bridge builder, as you said in your speech. So that is, I would say, the commendations from my side. Having said that, I do have some recommendations for you. Shashank, as I said, you already told about the impact. I mean, in every single aspect of life. But what you could have done is you could have told us how you came to know about this, your primary style. Maybe there was earlier you used to have some other style. It became your secondary style. Or you could just have put your supportive communication style maybe early in the speech, because I was figuring during the speech what is the communication style, and during the end of the meeting I came to know, okay, so that's your communication style. So that was something I was looking for, and you could have brought that up maybe a little early in the speech, or you could tell us how you came to know about this, because I felt the most of the content was rotating about the impact, not about the discovery, and not how it's different from other communication style, maybe why it was such beneficial for you in the starting. So that is one. Another recommendation could be, Shashank, during the meeting, during the beginning, you told us a quote, and I felt that it was not a smooth transition. You just told the quote and you just went to giving the greetings. What you have done is you should have, or you could have actually provided us with an incident, or maybe elaborate a bit the quote, so that the audience get some idea what's on the table, what they are going to get during the speech. I think that is two recommendations from my side. To summarize, your voice clarity is second to none. I already told you that your expressions, your body languages are really a textbook example, and your ability to articulate the content is really commendable. Thank you for providing us with a wonderful speech. All the best for your future endeavors. Over to you, Anand.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Techmaster, I would request you to please launch the polls for both the evaluators to find out the best among them. Nimit and Rupinder, if that poll is ready, thank you. While we provide your choices for this poll, I have a quick recommendation combined for both of them. I just love the way how they didn't forget to summarize, both of them. I also love the way they drafted their commendations for both the speakers. This certainly boosts up the speaker. It's not like a deal breaker for a speaker that, hey, I did my best, but this guy is not commending me or complimenting me enough. You did that aplenty, both of you. Wherever either of you used it, I would advise you to avoid the words like should have, must have. Replace them, as at different places both of you did, like the words like could have, in my opinion, I observed, I felt, because evaluation is just your own assessment, individual perception or opinion. It is not bound for the evaluator to follow exactly what you say. He or she may find it useful, speaker, he or she may find it useful. So please don't have it as a necessity. That's my only recommendation for both the evaluators. If it helps you become probably an evaluation champion later on, do not forget to connect with me later on. Now, quickly, let's invite someone who is smiling, anxiously waiting for her turn to come on the spotlight. Techmaster, please spotlight table topic evaluator, Priyanka. Priyanka, can you hear me?
Yes, and how much time do you have?
You have about 3 to 5 minutes. Timer will show you a green, yellow, red, and 3, 4, 5 minutes. Try to slide in one each of recommendation for each speaker. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmasters Anand. So I'm your table topic evaluator. Today's table topics were slightly different. The general table topics usually we see in our other Toastmaster meetings. Therefore, the objective of the speeches were also different. For the first speaker on the pair need to talk about the half of the image, and the second speaker need to connect to the same story of the first speaker and also connect with the image, the whole image. So that is why I would evaluate according to these objectives, which our table topic master have shared initially. So starting with Gayatri. Gayatri, you had a great story. You immediately started, and the story which by your own story with the way you related with, that was amazing. And the way I really liked the way you ended the speech with the suspense. Mostly people conclude their speech and all, but since you related your theme of the table topics here, and you ended with the suspense and handled and gave the control to the table topic master. I really like that. I do not have any commendation for you. However, I really appreciate the way you approach the story. Danish, you try to connect with the picture. That is really great. The way you explained, that is also amazing. You would like to connect with the Gayatri story and conclude. So that is where you would like to work on. Going further, Shefali. Shefali, you share your own experience. Mostly table topics brings a boon when we share our own experience. And immediately getting experience at the slightest moment, and that is really tough, and you really did a great work over there. I would like to ask you to help to work on your visibility in front of the camera, because half of the time you weren't able to see you properly. There you might like to work on. Piyush, you connected with an Insta story, and the way you talk about the content, that was really relatable for the people. You would like to work on the conclusion part. The way you conclude your speech, that is really important. So that is where you could work on. Unique. the immediate blink, the balance, that was really amazing pickup, because I couldn't do it in that instant in that 5 seconds even. So that was amazing the way you picked up and talked about balance. You would like to work on the conclusion part. You had a great start, and the end, if you connect with the conclusion, that will help you then to make the structure amazing. Talking about the structure, Rupinder, you worked on the structure really well. I'll give you 10 by 10 on that. Also, I would like to see an example. When you talk about artificial intelligence, you talk about so many content. An example from your life or somewhere else will help us to connect with your speech properly. Going further, Khushbu, you had a great content. If I compare with other speakers, I really love the content. You also would like to work on your conclusions. Nimit, the way you connected with the audience, the examples you had given regarding the Zoom and everything, they were amazing. However, I found the connection with Khushbu's story, there you could work on, since the objective of the table topic was different. So there we also like to make this, we could also work on the connection part with the previous speaker. Going further, Naveen, you put a great effort in this, when you immediately joined and you got a topic, and you put a great effort in talking about the speech. And later on, even if you weren't finding much content in the speech, you didn't stop. You carried on and brought something else to the public. That was really great. I really appreciate about that. In future, you would like to work on the speech to connect with the topic also, because that is how a table topic is, right? Haritika, I'm unfortunate to have you as my partner, but still you came back again, and you eventually also picked up the topic after a minute. You wandered here and there, but however you picked the topic. You talked about a topic, you're skipping the class and everything. I would like to see the connection with the previous speaker. Even if Naveen diverted to some other topic, but since the objective was there, you would like to work on the connection with the previous speaker. So that is how our table topic evaluation, my table topic evaluation is. It has been a euphoric moment for me to evaluate you all, because the speeches were amazing, and thank you very, very much, the table topic master, for bringing these innovative speeches. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Priyanka, for that fantastic table topic evaluation. My request to Tech Master is, when you launch the poll after Tech Team report, please also include TT Evaluator and Sergeant at Arms in that as a polling option as well. Let's continue now with the Tech Team reports in the same order as introduced, starting with the grammarian Navdeep. Navdeep, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Toastmaster Anant, I am able to.
All right, Navdeep, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Toastmaster Anant, for calling me on the virtual stage. Now let's come to the grammarian report. First of all, I would like to take up the name of those Toastmasters who use the word of the day. Toastmaster Anant, Toastmaster Prateek, Toastmaster Inderjeet, and Toastmaster Priyanka. Kudos to them. And now I would like to highlight the excellent uses or new words used which I heard, which all of you should know, that will add an accent to your vocabulary. Glitch-free word used by Toastmaster Inderjeet, outweigh a word used by Toastmaster Prateek, and resonate word used by Toastmaster Gurunoob. And conducive word used by Toastmaster Anant, and sparked out word used by Toastmaster Gurunoob. Now, I would like to tell you, to all of you, some recommendations which may help us in the future, as it will improve our vocabulary for these meetings. And the first recommendation is, someone said, COVID took everyone by surprise. It should be COVID surprised everyone of us, according to me. Now someone said, president for Ludhiana Toastmasters Club. It should be president of Ludhiana Toastmaster Club. And someone said, created a danger to elephant. It should be created a danger for elephant. And someone also mentioned 41 times then. It should be 41 times more or less according to the situation. And someone said, supported with my friends. It can be just as supported my friends. And someone said, silent treatment to the scolding of my mother. It should be, according to me, silent treatment to heal myself whenever my mother scolded me. And the last recommendation, someone said, you was a bridge builder. It should be, you were a bridge builder. And that's all from my side. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Navdeep. That was a fantastic, timely, and textbook report of a grammarian. You also finish your report within 2 to 3 minutes of time, as I am sure the remaining 2 role players will also do. Let's quickly check with Inderjeet, our counter. Can she hear my voice, Inderjeet?
Yes, I can hear you. I hope I'm audible and visible to everyone.
Yes, confirmed. All the very
Uh,
best. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. Well, according to my report as a counter, I would say and appreciate that most of the Toastmasters today did not use these extra words and fillers. I have noted only few Toastmasters who have used this, and I've only counted those people who have used these fillers and extra words more than 5 times. So bringing forward I wouldn't take the name. Speaker 1 used a as well as and more than 5 times, whereas evaluator 1 used a word more than 8 times. Well, coming up to evaluator 2, he used this a sound more than 6 times. Moving further with table topic speakers, all were really good, but there were only 3 people, such as table topic speaker number 3 and 4, who used 4 times a counter, whereas table topic 4 also used word more than 6 times. This is what is my report. Before I conclude, as a communicator, as a soft skill trainer, I would say this is not a big drawback in communication. We can overcome this by practicing through mirrors, standing in the front of the mirror and practice. Second, try to use linking words such as moreover, furthermore. There is also a technical way to overcome this problem, such as to eradicate them while you're communicating. If you want to know it about, you can anytime buzz me personally. Thank you, General Evaluator, and over to you.
Thank you so much for your report and the help offer that you just offered to us. It certainly calls me to compliment you on going above and beyond your role today. Thank you so much for that fantastic report. Last but not the least, let us hear from the richest man in Turning Point Toastmaster as of now, Toastmaster Surjit, the timer.
Hi, good afternoon again. So I'm here with my report. So meeting started on time and we are on time now. So here is my detailed report. Sa took 1 minute 15 seconds. PO Nimit and Nishan took 3 minutes 30 seconds. Timur Gurnoop took 5 minutes 4 seconds in first, and then 3 minutes 35 seconds. And after that, he took 1 minute 5 seconds, and 2 minutes 27 seconds, and 4 minutes 54 seconds overall in whole of his. So General Evaluator Anand took 6 minutes 50 seconds during introduction. Evaluator 1 Nishant took 1 minute during the introduction, and speaker 1 Pratik Goyal took 7 minutes 35 seconds. Evaluator 2 Abhishek took 28 seconds for introduction. Speaker 2 Shashank took 5 minutes 37 seconds. Now table topic in table topic master Anmol took 2 minutes 15 seconds during introduction. Table topic speaker Gayatri 1 took 1 minute 40 seconds, and table topic speaker 2 Danish took 1 minute 27 seconds. Table topic 3 speaker 3 Shifali took 1 minute 17 seconds. Piyush took 1 minute 35 seconds. Unique took 1 minute 24 seconds. Rupinder took 1 minute 10 seconds. Khushbu took 1 minute 15 seconds. Nimit took 1 minute 38 seconds. And Priyanka took 1 minute 30 seconds. Naveen took 1 minute 52 seconds. And Haritika took 2 minutes 10 seconds. Now come to the evaluation. Anant took 1 minute 12 seconds during introduction, and evaluator 1 Nishant took 3 minutes 18 seconds, and evaluator 2 Abhishek took 3 minutes 24 seconds, and TTM evaluator Priyanka took 5 minutes 37 seconds. Grammarian Navdeep took 2 minutes 19 seconds. Our counter Inderjeet took 1 minute 33 seconds. So that's all from my side. So over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Surjit. Techmaster, kindly launch the poll quickly so we can get done with auxiliary role player polling. Waiting for that. Meanwhile, I will start assessing or providing my feedback on each of the role players, starting with Sergeant at Arms. Influential opening by both the Sergeant at Arms combined from both the clubs, as well as the Techmaster role, which was satisfactorily done today. We were not our best today, but of course it may happen due to Haritika playing for the first time and not having the best of internet bandwidth. So that probably is reasonable. However, I have observed a trend which we combinedly have to face head on. That is, we are swift at spotlighting someone, but we kind of forget to switch off the spotlight or move it to the next person unless that person comes on stage. So that is an observation I have been marking as a trend. Second is we have a support system in form of Nimit. Whenever there is a spotlight issue, Nimit can do that. But I think Nimit probably will not be the best person, since he also took part as a speaker, as well as he was handling presiding officer duties as well. So we need a dedicated tech master going on in our meeting with sufficiently good enough bandwidth. Even if it's with mobile, that's enough. Well, having said that, nobody can deny 1 minute ahead of time that we started the meeting, and we started on an energetic note. So let's have a good round of applause for Sergeant at Arms from both the clubs. About my evaluation of evaluator Priyanka, boss, the first thing that strikes me odd is it's TT evaluator, not TTM evaluator. General evaluator will evaluate TTM, that is table topic master. So you are evaluating table topics, not the table topic master. So little things, right? Attention to detail. That's it. Since I am your mentor, I can nitpick over you. I have that right. Correct, no? Don't beat me up later on. So other than that, I think you utilized your time very well, provided at least some takeaway, positive and improvement area both for every table topic speaker. Couldn't have asked for a better table topic evaluator. Great job. Quickly on my tag team, I must say Grammarian was picture perfect. He knew when to remain anonymous. He knew when to recognize people with names. He knew how to just cherry pick 4 or 5 examples from each category and not get into the entire detailed lot. Grammarian was the smartest role player today, as far as I have seen. I have no shame in accepting that. One of the most diligent ones, however, was the timer. He did not miss a single timing signal, and he had the presence of mind when someone else was sharing his screen, as speaker number 2 or speaker number 1 was. He resorted to the chat box and showed verbal, visual signals over there. So Surjit and Grammarian, both of you deserve a great round of applause. Now, my one-line feedback for our counter is, I would have loved to hear my name against my report as well. Probably you thought maybe it will be kind of morale boosting for them. I, however, beg to differ. And again, this is my personal opinion, so you may feel to cross-check with some of us again. Our counter is a role which is entitled to give a straightaway direct one-on-one feedback. Grammarian may choose to remain anonymous when highlighting the area of improvement, but our counter requires to name people and give them their area of improvement. So probably this is one area. Anyone who is playing the role next time has to improve. And we thank our accountant today, Inderjeet, to help us all learn from her experience and probably take it away as a learning. So thank you, Inderjeet. Now, quickly, these two main role players. Thank you, Inderjeet, for taking in positive stride. That's the spirit of evaluation. Now, quickly, this is what I want all of you to know about how well did our TTM and TMOD did. Starting with TTM, full marks on your innovation, boss. Hats off. That pairing idea, that half image, full image, that was an eye opener. Good job. Understood that it took away some time in between, like 10 seconds, 15 seconds for each speaker. We also didn't check audio video for all of them beforehand. So again, it had some unpleasant switching of control in between, could be avoided. But one major area that I would like you to improve is your follow-up comments. In 90% of places, they were healthy, they were encouraging, they were a value add. It showed us how good you were as a listener. At one or two places, without taking any names, I would caution you not to get into personal banter. It completely derails the whole agenda. The other people who are raising their hand, they kind of feel demotivated. All right, that guy is his friend or her friend. The next topic that I get, I may have already some preconceived notion in my mind. Purposefully, he gave me a tougher topic than his friend. Common tendency. I have faced that as a table topic master. Sometimes people have asked me to change the topic because they didn't like the way I was bantering with the previous speaker. Probably you would want to avoid that. Now, TMOD, sir, I just love the way you deconstructed your whole content and placed it strategically across the whole meeting. It was not like one single prepared speech. It was a treasure trove of trivias. I am going to take away some of them really with me after this meeting. Thank you so much for bringing all that fun knowledge as well as interesting mini stories in form of trivia for all of us, Gurnu. And of course, I already complimented you on your voice quality. Maybe two areas that I would like you to highlight, and from your experience, everyone else who is going to play TMOD to highlight and focus is, TMOD is the role of a host for any seminar, any conference, any gathering whatsoever in the whole world. From Academy Awards, the Oscars, to Pan Bahar Jayanti, Pan Masala Award, wherever we are playing the role of a host, family function or a professional one, the hosts need to set up a platform where they can introduce the person next to come to put them in some good light. Maybe you did that with some of the people who were coming after you. Probably could have been done better. Since it is a joint meeting, you didn't know some of us. I would, however, highlight that it is absolutely necessary that you check and prepare a personalized introduction for at least the prepared speakers without fail. It is probably the need of the hour that we recognize the prepared speakers, give them the due adulation and respect by introducing them extra nicely. So that is what we can do better as a host. I'm completely ignoring the flow getting, flickering in between. That's completely okay. It happens. But the introduction part is absolutely necessary. Overall, as an audience, what did we do good today? I will just take 30 more seconds. We were fairly disciplined, reasonable, not unnecessary chats in the comments. One guilty person was I myself, who was trying to communicate it to someone else on how we were faring on time, but accidentally it went on to the public chat. We need to be aware of that in future more. But overall, as an audience, I feel there were a couple of times we were not so mindful of our audio getting unmuted. We were also not mindful of the naming conventions. Whenever we were rejoining after getting dropped, we didn't change our naming conventions. And one last place, as an audience member, we could have been more appreciative, applaud more, show our faces. I would like to highlight how diligently a seasoned speaker, not even from both the clubs, they have come as a guest. They have stayed till the very end. Shefali, Naveen ji, they have stayed even after their turn came as a table topic speaker. They stayed even after that to hear the evaluations. That is where we need to recognize all these people who have been sharing their videos, who have been really appreciative, applauding. That's it from my side as your general evaluator. I loved being your GE today, since I got to learn from all of us, especially the grammarian, because he started his work maybe hours before the meeting by sharing the word of the day in the group WhatsApp group itself. So hats off to all the superstars of the meeting. Thank you so much for bringing the new year, welcoming the new year on such a high energetic note. Over to you, the man with the golden voice, Toastmaster Gurnoop.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anand. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Because lights just gone off, so I'm just checking maybe the
You are.
Thank you
You
so
are rock
much.
solid.
Thank you for the lovely evaluation and the tips you have given. I'll keep note of them for the next time I am the TMOD, and really good of you to point that out. Now, finally, to conclude the session, I would wrap up that what year 2020 has been, what it had taught me, few things, just would like to go through that in a year or in life, change happens, things change. So we need to adapt, anticipate the change, monitor the change, and adapt to the change quickly. That's how it will help us to improve ourselves and make us relevant. So change, as they say, is only constant. So we need to enjoy the change and be ready to change quickly and enjoy it again and again. So with this, I'm concluding my session and handing it over to the virtual stage Toastmaster Nishant.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gurnoop, sir. Okay, so I know what to do now because generally this is the end of the session now. I just really want to thank all of you for joining us today. I really want to thank the Turning Point Toastmasters Club for having this collaboration meeting with us. And I really want to thank Toastmaster Gurnoop sir for arranging this collaboration on behalf of the Ludhiana Toastmaster Club. Congratulations and best of luck to all the role players. And I would really like to end this meeting now. So I would like to invite the president of Turning Point Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Namit, to please come on the stage and close the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nishant. Yeah, so before I proceed, I would like to launch the polls for the best role player. So here they are on your screen. As you all would, I would just have a quick check with our guest today, starting with Danish. Danish, if you could please unmute yourself and share your valuable feedback and takeaways from today's meeting.
Hello, I am audible.
Toastmaster Namit, he is the member of Ludhiana Toastmasters.
Yeah, I
Club.
just going to say I'm already a Toastmaster member.
Okay, so fine. We'll come to you later then. We'll go to Khushbu Chokhani.
It was a great session. I really loved the table topic idea, and I'm definitely going to get inspired and try to take some ideas from this in future sessions when I am playing the table topic master. So thank you, Toastmaster Anmol, for this innovative idea. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you, Khushbu. Indeed, it was very riveting and very unique concept what Anmol presented to us. We'll move on to Pratik Goyal, who also happened to be our first speaker, but he's from Carrier Toastmasters. So what was your take on the meeting today, Pratik?
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a very constructive meeting for me. Actually, in Carrier Toastmaster, we do not have so much of attendance as we saw today. So the key takeaways for me was that how to conduct a meeting for such a large audience. And moreover, the feedbacks I received were also very constructive, and I hope to implement them. I want to implement the meeting key takeaways in my home club. Thank you.
Thank you, Prateek. And last but not the least, we'll have Shefali, who has joined us from Hyderabad.
Hi. So it's been a while since I attended a Toastmaster meeting, so I wanted to. I really enjoyed the whole structure of the back, being to the whole structure of the meeting, and how each role player very diligently played the role. The interesting table topic section, definitely. The general evaluation by Anand, always a pleasure to hear, and really like the way he points things out, very lovely. So that, and I really like the theme, or I like the theme of the meeting. Very energetic, very lively. Good start, hopefully, to the hopeful 2021. So thank you for this. I really enjoyed being here.
Thank you, Shefali. It was indeed a very enjoyable meeting for us all, as we met for the very first time in this year, and that too on a very special note, as we collaborated with Ludhiana Toastmasters on this very beautiful Sunday afternoon. So I would like to just also extend the thanks to the Ludhiana Toastmasters Club and their members to collaborate with Turning Point Toastmasters, which is actually Turning Point on Sunday, as we regularly meet on Thursday otherwise. But this is a Turning Point on Sunday initiative, a subsidiary of Turning Point Toastmasters, who are meeting on Sunday. So we'll move on, and I think we are also ready with the results. Before I close, I would like to share the results with every one of you.
Toastmaster Nimit, I would like to give one suggestion.
Yes, please.
Like after each speech, we forgot, I think may have missed to get the feedback from the audience too for the speakers. So though, I mean, we could include later in the next meetings.
True that. We do that. I am not sure about Ludhiana Toastmasters. So since I didn't know, I didn't cover it as a GE. Should they give a 1 minute of time or not? But that's a good practice, Priyanka. Thank you for highlighting. Gurnoop, Nishant. So in Turning Point Toastmaster, after every speech, just like a contest, we have 1 minute of silence in which members can give a personal one-on-one feedback through chat to the concerned speaker, just like a physical meeting.
Sure, we'll have a note of that. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you,
don't
Priyanka.
do that at Ludhiana, but this is a good point. We can take it up. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that up, Priyanka. So I'm ready with the results. So yes, I would be announcing them now. So starting with the best role player for the day among the Toastmaster of the day, Gurnoop, General Evaluator Anand, and the Table Topics Master Anmol. So the winner for today is the General Evaluator Anand. Congratulations to you. The next poll was for the best speech evaluator between Nishant and Abhishek. And Nishant wins the best speech evaluator today. Congratulations to you, Nishant. And then we had the poll for the best auxiliary role player. There were 6 auxiliary role players, a timer, a counter, grammarian, but we also had a table topics evaluator, sergeant at arms, and tech master in this polling. But all in all, the R counter wins it today. Toastmaster in the Jeet. Congratulations. Then we had the table topics speaking pair award. This time it was not individual, but a speaking pair. So the polls were accordingly. So there were 6 total table topics pairs, and there is a tie between 2 pairs. The first pair, Gayatri and Danish, and the third pair, Unique and Rupinder. So congratulations to all the 4 speakers. And last but not the least, the star of the show, the best prepared speaker between Pratik, A World Without, and Shashank, Bridge Builder, goes to Bridge Builder Shashank. Congratulations. So that concludes the award ceremony, and apologies for not switching on my video as there is bad light here. But all in all, I would like to extend thanks, and once again, I would like to share with you all that this meeting was live streamed on YouTube, and you can all look back to it on the link which I have now shared with everyone on the Zoom chat. You can all like, subscribe to this channel also, and go back and see your own performance in today's meeting. With that, I would also look forward to have more collaborative efforts between the two clubs, right? It was pleasure to have you with us, right? And I will also request if anyone would like to nominate for any of the roles for the next week as we meet on the same time and same place. So you can all nominate, or you can all direct message me or Abhishek for the next meeting.
Toastmaster